Yo, 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 welcome back to the channel. All my beautiful freaking people. All my beauties. My beauties, my beauties, my beauties. Woo! Let's get this thing on and poppin', baby. Your nightly live stream. Let's go. I believe we can fly. I believe we can reach all-time highs. AMC, come back. You can blame it all on Hedgies. AMC, come back. Still alive, baby. Living the dream. Living the dream. First, tell me if my mic's okay. I've been getting a lot of comments that my mic sucks. Fucking Yeti. Should throw it at the wall. It's terrible. What up, Big T? What up, Tim? Edward? Baby? Long time friend. Love you long time, Edward. Sup, dude? Robert, what's going on? The legend, yo. Scrappy child. Urgent care diagnosed me with greater risk of sudden cardiac death, living every day like my last. What? Damn. Well, in all fairness, I like to be the optimist in the room. You know, when shit's hitting the fan, I try to be the guy that's sees the light in the situation. And, you know, the light out of that situation is really none. But, you know, urgent care, if it was an urgent care, you know, I would go to the doctor. There's a lot of tests that there's. Do mic sync if issues works, though. There's mic sync issues. I thought I just fixed it. What? It's still bad? Like, is it worse than before? Oh, man. I can't fucking figure this shit out. I need a technician. I'm good at stocks. I'm good at trading, not audio syncing. We got spanked today. Yeah, we got spanked. At the end of the day, oh, man. We're at a very, I mean, the whole market got spanked, though. Stop. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Breaking news, baby. Cardiologist, I left 4 voicemails for Oh, damn. That sucks, bro. Well, I am praying for you. I am praying for you. Loud and clear. All right. All right. I am kind of screaming for no good reason. But is the mic sync issues good? There's probably some delay, but like, do my lips match up to what I'm saying? Because I just spent like the last half an hour trying to figure it out, and Streamlabs is a joke. I never had issues with that before. Now I use good old Streamlabs, and there's always an issue. Always an issue. Funny thing is, 145 puts for 127 has been going up. I mean, you mean calls? You mean calls? I mean, Jolo, thanks, Jolo. Looking for a cardiologist that my insurance accepts. If went to the ER, I'd have to come up with 40%. Holy shit. No, Edward. Bro. I want it perfect. Run us through why you see $60 end of January, mid-February. Thanks, Joel. Well, this situation's starting to develop a lot more than I thought it would. But the general consensus of that was your stocks, your NASDAQ stocks, but especially your smaller and mid-cap, more higher growth stocks, tech stocks, that sector of the marketplace is almost at all-time highs for the amount of stocks that have dropped over 50% from their 52-week highs. So the markets are in a severe bear market right now, but the markets are being held up by the big names. So generally speaking, logic here, you are going to see money flow from the big cap stocks into at least higher quality growth stocks. And AMC, is higher quality now than it has ever been, in my personal opinion. And I think hedge funds see the same thing since they've been buying this stock in the $20 range heavy. So mix that with a lot of, the data points, the inflation reading. I was hoping that would go down. That stayed at expectations. Mix that with having more clarity with the Fed, with the normal January secular rotation you see anyways, and everything else. That's really why I why I was saying that, essentially. I mean, there's more to it, like the fourth quarter, holiday spending, earnings should be good. So things like that play into that. But it's just about the secular rotation. And over the past 2 months, we've been getting beaten down in AMC and other stocks. I mean, in my portfolio where I have quality mid-cap stocks, like even AMC at these prices, I consider quality. At $20 per share, that's quality, right? Considering the growth and things that they're doing, I got AMC, I got AMD, I got Snapchat, DraftKings, SoFi, Lucid, like more quality mid-cap stocks, not your stocks that are terrible, that are never going to turn a profit, like decent stocks that I'm down as much as the hedge funds. It's kind of crazy. But there's nothing you can do unless you fully hedged out, 3 months ago when it didn't look like we would sell off like this, Yeah, the market is essentially crashing. It's already crashed. Edward Morgan, it's all love, buddy. It is all love, baby. Seriously, it's still unsynced. I'm mad because it was off by I changed it to be sped up 350 milliseconds, I believe, milliseconds, and it was at 0, and it looked a little bit better. I didn't have time to fully test it out, but let me know. Let's get a vote. Do my lips match with what I'm saying? Is the sync still is it better, essentially? Because, man, this shit is stressing me out. Streamlabs just is terrible. But, yes, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, Edward. You've been with us for a long time. Always showing love. Swear to God. Edward, if you see him out here, like his comments. Show him love. We got some Mama Love Vergus going on here. Not exactly sure what that means. But, we love you. If Microsoft goes under 300 tomorrow, I'll really start worrying. Oh, shit. I mean, it doesn't really look like, right now it doesn't look like we're free falling yet. What is going to look like we're free falling is when the big stocks start to take major hits. That's when you're going to start to see, 300%, I was going to say, but 3% drops across the board in the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. Let me tell you guys, I hope you guys are paying attention to the videos every single day. Oh my, David, bro. How's it going, David? But yeah, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, you guys will have a fair heads up. But when this market crash comes, which it looks like it's coming, these sharp sell-offs throughout the day, the end of the day in AMC as well as the SPY, this is a sign of a big liquidation event that is coming. We've seen this. We see this. It's predictable at this point. If you guys are following the channel, I will let you guys know my trades that I'm making, and there is a lot of money to be made when the markets crash. So I'm just going to put that out there for you guys. But yeah, I look forward to that. I think I have, what do I have? I think I have a Lucid put and I have Facebook puts and Lucid puts right now. Oh, because Lucid, one of my larger investments, I would like to protect my ass. Sync slightly off. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I've been stressing myself out. I mean, there's like no videos on it. How to fix it. Brother Vix was up. OS is on the way. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to get interesting. I'm down 30% on AMC, and usually when I'm down 10%, I jump and rebuy lower holding. Yep. There we go. I mean, that's what we are kind of dealing with right now. But I do want to look at this. Japan stocks dropped nearly 2%. Data shows China exports, imports rose in December. China released trade data on Friday, which showed that its dollar-denominated exports grew 29.9% compared to the past year, and imports rose 30.1% in the same period. Citi is set to sell its retail business in 4 Southeast Asian countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam. Vietnam to Singapore lender United Overseas Bank. South Korea's central bank raised its benchmark rate by 25 basis points to 1.25%, and highest since March of 2020. Okay, that's interesting. Asian stocks. Oh, man. Woo! These puts should print. These puts should print in the morning. Oh, my God. Exciting. I mean, volatility just makes me so excited. There's so much opportunity, especially, I mean, only really if you trade options. If you don't trade options, then probably not too exciting for you. Yeah. Yeah, that was a nasty hit we seen today. Down 2.5% on the NASDAQ. Yeah, Nikkei down 1.91%. Shanghai down 0.5%. HSI down 0.81%. 1%, 1.48%. Yeah, this is going to bleed over into our markets for sure. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. Wondering if I will hit negative 65 on AMC before the rip. Woo! It's not financial advice. This is the one, the only Simon in the house, baby. What's up, brother? Simon. Bro, are you going to be live when the market crash? Probably. Yeah, if I'm not at my other jobs. If I'm not doing real estate or at the other job, yeah, certainly. Trust me, I'll be tweeting about it, and I'll be making a community post about it. I mean, if earnings are bad, just prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself. Which Q4 earnings should actually help to hold us up a little bit. If I were to try to like forecast into, you know, the earnings season here. Because, you know, Q4 always has the best earnings. It's holiday spending. Holiday spending was up 8% year over year. So these earnings should be good. Q1 earnings are going to be terrible. Terrible. Like, if you notice any other creators are making more videos, like I noticed Meet Kevin didn't make, like, he made like 2 videos a day. Now he just made like 5 because YouTube is actually paying like half of what they paid in December, which is typical, but that's forecasting, at least to me, that people have a lot less money to spend on advertising, to spend on these other things. So if you guys see people making a lot of videos, it's probably because that, or trying to clickbait you guys extra. It's probably that. Which YouTube's not my main source of income, so I don't even care. I do this shit because I love it and want to help people make money. But Dan Evans, the super chat, baby. Appreciate you always answering questions and staying positive for us. Let's go, baby. There we go. Dan Evans in the house. I mean, I got my money in this too, so positivity is king. It's king. Gimme gamma gamma. Gimme gamma gamma. I mean, shit. It does not look good. I mean, I want to see what really happens over, the course of the night with that, but I mean, futures are down 0.3% on the Nasdaq. It could flip pretty fast though. We could ultimately flip around. We do have the bank earnings that are starting tomorrow. So it's going to be good. Everyone listen, no moon trips until next Friday. I get a bonus. Just hold your moon boots. There we go. I mean, with the whole Fidelity thing too. With them let's talk about that for a second. With them not wanting to disclose their short positions, that looks like to me that what my biggest issue has been, and what they're doing is just lending shares out multiple times. Like each set of 100 shares you own is probably being lent out 2 or 3 times. So the short interest, and then just being hidden on the option chain, like Short the VIX has talked about a couple times, for all of those options, especially like 2 months ago on now coming up to January 21st, was more money than retail has, like millions, hundreds of millions of dollars of options at the time. So it's like, that's why they don't want that. But I mean, I think all brokerages suck when it comes down to it. I have almost all of them. They're all shit. Yeah, futures are just slight indicators. That's correct. Sometimes it'll flip so much, but sometimes it could be down a little bit, and then you have a really tough day. But it's not good. We're not seeing a bounce. Like things are kind of just going down. But it's really bad when you look at it, because the indexes don't look all too terrible. The Nasdaq, kind of, it's starting to get to those danger like flush levels. If you guys don't know, a flush is like when the markets just gap down, when capital is flushed out and you fall. So if you ever hear me say that word flushed, that's what that means. And we're almost getting to that flush area. But what is actually crazy about all of this is earlier in the day I was looking at this, but to really come down to these, October, September lows, you really have to come down quite substantially, or come back down to, let's say, early March levels. That's still over 2,000 points on the Nasdaq. You'd have to come down March 2021. So you're in this zone where you could quickly turn into a big ass correction or a crash if earnings are not up to par. And like I said, I think they will be, so I wouldn't go too crazy, but have some protection if you trade options. I wouldn't short AMC. I wouldn't buy puts on AMC. You guys feel free to do whatever the hell you guys want to do, but that trade doesn't make sense. So if you hear anybody saying like buy puts on AMC, one, they don't know what they're talking about. I think I've seen a video or two about that today. They don't know what they're talking about. And there's a lot better trades out there. Dr. Zeno, I love you, bro. I just love you. I just love you, right? I actually like you. And you always come in here bashing my my percentage win rate on my predictions. But I'm no worse than any other analyst or anybody else on YouTube. So who else do you hate on, brother? It's a lot of fake shares out there. Here we go. Circulate buyers. Friday futures are not that bad. We need buyers and whales Friday. Yeah, Friday's going to be very important because, obviously going into the weekend, and that's surprising. Futures just moved up a little bit. Going into the weekend, Friday's like the biggest a chance to see a sell-off, because people sometimes, they don't want to hold positions into Friday, and a lot of options end up expiring, and there's a lot of money moving around. And What time are bank earnings? Let's see. Does it say it right here? Right here. No. No. It does not. Wow. Friday. Friday. I just can't type at night. Mm. I mean, that is bullish though, that breaking news headline. China exports rose 20.9%. Um okay. Companies have started positioning quarterly updates or posting quarterly updates, but reporting season will get into full swing on Friday when JP Morgan, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo release results before the market opens. So before the market opens, um before the market opens, that's when you're going to see things really kick off. You're going to probably get a big move to the upside or the downside tomorrow. I'm not hating. I'm just playing with clickbaiters. Well, tell me this. Do you actually watch the videos? Because if you watch the videos, you'd be like, yeah, this guy is not clickbaiting me. Compared to like other people, like if you see a title in my video, you at least get my logic behind it about why I'm saying this. If you agree with the logic or disagree, that's something else. But when videos say, yeah, SEC just confirmed this, and it's like nothing about the SEC confirming anything, that's clickbait to me. But everybody has their own opinion on that. And that's really just a rabbit hole I don't want to get down, man. Yeah, that's nice, Mr. Simon. $2,000 on Tesla puts. What did Tesla do? I looked at it earlier, but no. Come on, brother. Oh yeah. They probably printed at the end of the day. Almost breaking 1,000 too. That's still wild. I was gonna buy Tesla right in here. I remember being in the hospital when my daughter was being born, August 21st, 2020. Like literally had the amount of shares I was gonna buy, which was like 5 at the time, like ready to go, and I'm like, nah, this thing ran up too much. Little did I know. This is hard to read sometimes, and it's gambled by every other stock. What's your take? Terminal shakeout tomorrow. I mean, a terminal shakeout. I don't think that would be the word I would use for what we could look at tomorrow. I think the market's okay in general until you start to see earnings start to drop, and I think earnings will be okay, and that will prop up the markets. And I'm assuming you're talking about the broad market. If earnings start to come in bad, or like guidance is going to be very important. And people say, yeah, that don't matter for AMC. It does. Sorry to burst the internet's bubble sometimes, but I'm going to be the guy that tells you what matters and what doesn't, and that does matter. I mean, the SQQ is a short on the Nasdaq. So with these, all is good when the Nasdaq is dropping. You know what I'm saying? When what the fuck? But over time it goes down substantially. Like you'll see those reverse splits and it'll keep going down. Um, SQQ, I don't know what the hell this is though. Like what is that? like, what the fuck is that? It hit 621. What was that, yesterday? The 12th? What? What happened? Oh, did it do a reverse split? Oh, maybe it did a reverse split. Yeah, probably did a reverse split or something. What the fuck? It had to have. Yeah. Yeah, it had to have did a reverse split. Cause yeah, that's shorting the Nasdaq. So over time it'll keep going into the ground, cause the stock market goes up generally over time, and they just keep doing reverse splits every time it starts to go too low. I'm not sure the actual ratio, but it's a decent way to hedge out your portfolio. Apple puts, Apple, could be really good, to be honest with you. But what I really like as of right now, I mean, Apple's just such a good business. So many people are just piling money into Apple. What I have been playing for the put side is Facebook, which Facebook's more profitable. But their ways of doing business, what they're doing is, I think it's having an impact to the stock, and that's what I've been playing puts on. And they're good, but once you get a break like under 300, that's where you could flush to like 260, 270 if the market does come down. I mean, Apple puts would essentially do the same thing, but Facebook tends to move more to the downside. I mean, which makes sense. It's a lower, flow. Apple's got a lot of shares outstanding, and they've done more splits, so it's more controlled. See, it just got whacked, man, at the end of the day, down 9%. We actually went under that low at $20.80. We went to $20.53. It's kind of crazy. I seen didn't Adam Aaron tweet about NFTs or something? Today we received extraordinary praise for what I think are the breathtaking AMC television commercials Nicole Kidman filmed for us. The article says that our very own Nicole should host the 2022 Oscars telecast with no small part because of those AMC ads. Emails detailing how to claim your AMC Investor Connect I own AMC NFT will be sent next week on January 18th to all in the U.S. and globally who enrolled by December 31st. The NFT and the Wax wallet for up to a year are free to you. Thank you to our passionate shareholders. Own this NFT proudly. Okay. We want our NFTs. Shoo. Yeah, 5 minutes before closing. Yeah, shit was hitting the fan. Everything. Surprised futures don't look worse, though. Nah, I mean, which it's kind of a good thing because tomorrow's Friday. So if there is pain tomorrow, then over the weekend, investors should, kind of relax for a minute and take a breather. But a lot of this is just shorting, to be honest. Like you guys already know, it's just a lot of shorting. Like, do I think people are really selling their shares? No. Not in a substantial way. Bro, AMC was $20.27 a month ago during pre-market. Lucid, Seth. Lucid. I still have a 100% gain on Lucid shares. I bought Lucid in the my average is $21. So down here. Went big on it. And it paid off. It's still up 100%, but not for long. Not for long at all. Tesla up or down tomorrow? Oh, Tesla's probably going to get beaten up. I mean, if the markets do fall, yeah, Tesla's going to take a beating too. I mean, there is a little bit of a cushion because they did just deliver so many cars, so that's good. But Lucid, oh yeah, Lucid's probably heading down. I mean, next week is Wednesday, the 19th, is the share lockup. And I believe all of the PIPE investors can sell out of their shares if they want to. And last time that happened on Lucid, this is why I did buy puts today on Lucid. Last time they did that, the stock fell 19% in a single day. It did recover a little bit, but it was down almost 20%. Closed down 10.87%. So the next lockup is next Wednesday. So that's why I bought some couple puts on it just to protect myself because, you know, have a pretty decent gain in there. Not all when it comes to AMC, people buying options right now are gambling. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, if you're buying AMC options right now, you're totally gambling, and you should be willing to lose, you know, everything, especially if you're holding it. Like if you put $1,000 in and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna make money, and you don't think like I could lose this money, then paper trade. Just don't do it. You know. Can he borrow money at $30 shorter to 20? When we hit 300, his hair will fall out. That is a true statement. That's funny. Yeah, Kenny's got to be stressed. No one in here sold. No, I don't think so. We get a couple shills every now and again, but like Dr. Zeno. But he loves me, so it's all right. I think I'm buying another Tesla put tomorrow. Yeah, it could be good. I mean, you just got to be careful. I don't know as much how Tesla moves, but they are a lot. And if they're far out the money with not too much time, well, depending on what expiration you're getting, then if you do see a substantial bounce, they'll get clapped. But if you're buying, like the sweet spot is like 3 months. Well, depending on your trading strategy, I usually buy contracts if it's a short-term move or a day trade. I'll buy like the January 21st contracts, so I can flip out of them Thursday and Friday if I expect to move on Thursday and Friday, and I still have an extra week's premium. Now, if you're holding contracts by tomorrow and you're up on them, coming on Monday, if you still have the rest of the week, you're going to lose a substantial amount just in time decay over the weekend because theta is calculated every single day, so over weekends as well. So if you're at a 6%, which if you're down to the last day, you're probably going to be at 10% time value gone every day. Your contract is not in the money. So you're looking at 30% just from Friday to Monday alone. So that's why, and I have a bad habit of that. I'm like, I think it's gonna move to the downside or move to the upside by next week, and I'll hold on to them, and then I'll lose, sometimes 50%. And if the stock bounces, you could be down 70 or 80% in one day. So you just got to be careful on that. Yeah, I bought the weekly. Yeah, buying the weeklies. I mean, they can pay out so much. They can make you so much money. I mean, I've made more money off of weeklies than longer dated, but I've also lost a lot more on weeklies than longer dated. Because if you buy leaps, like I have one leap on SoFi, a $25 call for 2024. And the average price target is around $25 per share. The high end price target is around $30 per share. I think SoFi could be $40 per share by then. And after all, they are expected to 3.5x their business by 2024. But regardless of all that, that contract trades for $300. With that extra time, it's very hard to lose money with good businesses. But those weeklies, oh man, they clap me. They clap me sometimes. I bought the weekly. That's funny. Weeklies can do some damage for you, though. You can get thousands of percent gainers. Like, imagine the person that bought a DocuSign put the weekly right before earnings. It's insane. Oh man, SoFi is great at these. SoFi is the hands down one of the easiest stocks for me to buy on a fundamental basis for long-term growth. They're projecting, it's crazy. It's crazy, honestly. Take a look at this. SoFi over $1 billion in revenue over the past year and $4.6 billion in capital. And then you do have SoFi's revenue by 2025 will grow more than 3.5 times over the next 4 years, reaching $3.7 billion in revenues by 2025. SoFi trades at a little over $11 billion. That's crazy. That's nuts. Even if SoFi just, 1.5 times the business, you'll still have a good return. If they 2 or 3x or more, come on now. That's going to make you so much money. Weekends count as one day, I'm thinking. For Theta, it's calculated on the weekends per day too. So if you have like a Theta that goes down, a Theta of 10%, for an example, you're going to lose 10% every single day, including the weekends. That's why, if you're buying the January 21st right now, and you hold them over the weekend, you will be down if the stock is flat on Monday. You'll be down substantially, 30, 40% if the stock opens flat. So they are risky. BBIG and BBI, very bullish right now. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about that today. BBIG. Seen that just flying around everywhere, yeah? 22.5%. Interesting. I mean, it looks good. I mean, considering where it was, I don't know if it split or something, but it doesn't really look like it. Yeah, that's insane. That's kind of insane volume in September. Or if it's a fundamental play, that's really good. We are very risky. Saw it at a 47 delta and said, fuck. Oh, sometimes, man. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes if you really think like the market's going to take a turn to the downside, it can reward you very, very nicely. Very nicely. I've made fat tendies off of weeklies. But I've got so clapped on weeklies. That's why I keep them very small. Like, if you buy weeklies and you put like $30 on it and you do see a big move, that $30 can turn into $500 easily. Like, not too hard. But, if you lose the $30, you're not down too bad. SoFi is a good place to put your AMC tendies after Moon. Yeah, I'm a big fan of SoFi. I mean, it's just down so much. I think my average was like 18. I think I've brought it down to 15, 14. I don't know. I have 300 shares, so I'm just kind of accumulating and then trying to keep some cash. I'm probably 10% cash right now. Probably. Around there. Anyone else thinking GGPI? Charles Schwab put an $800 cap on my AMC limit sell order. Why? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about that. I thought it was lower than that, actually. I thought somebody said it was like $200. But I mean, I'm not exactly sure why they're doing that. I mean, probably just because they're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. We're just not going to, probably they're not even used to seeing limit orders that high. I would test out and see if, like, you could put, like, a $20,000 limit order on, like, Tesla or something and see what it does. See if it's just for AMC or if it's something else, too. Let me know if you do that real quick. Well, it is after hours, but. Or not even after hours now. Well after hours. Yo, bro, you are doing a great job on the DD. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. You're doing a great job holding it down. I'm scared. I'm scared. Why are you scared, brother? White, we're here for you. You think AMC will have a big green day tomorrow? I mean, it's certainly possible. Oh, I thought that was the NASDAQ for a second. I'm like, down 1%. I mean, the indexes are red. Sometimes AMC does its own thing. It seems like when the Russell 2000 is down, AMC's actually up. So, and vice versa. So, it wouldn't surprise me if AMC does have a big green day. But, at this point, not financial advice whatsoever. Do what you want. I think you probably already realized the loss. Well, not realized, but I think you've already seen, like, not the worst case scenario, but the midterm, short-term worst case scenario. I mean, because you got to think about it. What's actually going to cause more fear right now? What has the markets not priced in? We've priced in a hawkish Fed. We've priced in just a lot. High inflation. We know about all of this stuff. So it's like, what is going to cause the markets to substantially drop? It could be China financial, collapse, which I think that's later in the year. I think that's coming, but later on. It could be the Russia-Ukraine situation. If that does develop, that could definitely have an impact. It could be China's no COVID stance, and if they shut down their ports and stuff like that, that could have an impact to things. The balance sheet runoff, once we get clarity on that, which could be by the end of this month, the FOMC meeting, the 26th and the 27th, that could be, that could definitely influence the markets. But other than that, it's hard to see something that would just really crush us under 20. I think it's really hard. Appreciate you, anyone in any carbon neutral crypto miner that has been bleeding. Yeah, I try to stay away from crypto miners. I like, honestly, the cryptos that have been around a long time, those are the only ones that I would personally invest in, unless it's like an option, like a super risky option type mentality. Just set it and forget it. If it goes crazy, it goes crazy. But not a fan of the miners. I would rather own the coins, but yeah, they've all been bleeding for sure. One share will make you a trillionaire. That is correct. That is correct. Whoever you heard that from is a genius. Dr. Zeno, where do you I'm just curious what your portfolio looks like, to be honest. 100% honest with you. Of course I could if you knew how to reinvest the profits. Holding for the ape family who is here is with me. Let's go, baby. Test luck. AMC is an ape flag formation. Yeah, definitely. Look at that, ape flag formation. We're just ready to blow through the line to the upside, crush everybody. 1,500 shares to the moon here. XRP. XRP is fucking Ripple, ain't it? I don't follow crypto as much as well, I do, but I don't. Isn't it Ripple? Yeah. Okay, man. Yeah, it's they just have a lot of issues because they're like they're run by an actual team that controls everything. So it's I believe, what was it, that it wasn't deemed a currency, it was deemed a security, or that's what they were going to court about. Dr. Cena has a stubborn hardhead, yeah. Oh, I kind of like him though. He's not like, fuck you, bro. You know, he's kind of like passive aggressive with the shade. Whereas people like in the comment sections, oh my god. I'm like, where are you guys getting your information from? They're like, somebody said earnings don't matter for the markets. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Bro, who did you hear this from? This is on the 5-minute dirty sandwich. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You planning on bracket selling or just selling all at once? I've been writing down different scenarios. I really don't have a plan like that. Just depending, what my cost was for my position, which I don't know off the top of my hand. I have shares pretty much everywhere. If say it was $20,000, if the price of the stock went to like 5,000, if I could sell 4 shares and get my initial investment back, that's probably what I would do. And that's just a theoretical number. Like, it doesn't really matter what number it is. But if it's like, hey, I should sell a couple shares, get my initial investment back, then that's not a bad idea. Term gains territory. Yeah. Again, who is with me? Who is a real ape? Show me. Hands up, real apes, baby. He's calling you out. He wants to see. Sierra the Noob with the $3 super chat in the house, baby. There we go. Appreciate you. Getting ready for an attack next week. Hold the line. Had you scared of them call options? Oh, that's true. That's true. I mean, what's next week? Really just earnings. Do we get non-farm payrolls maybe? I'll have to double check, but I think the biggest, catalyst is going to be earnings, and I think those will actually be good. There's a triple wedge cheese taco formation on the charts. Yeah. True. I see it. Like if you don't see it, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Like, super easy to see. Dr. Zeno's cool. He just enjoys giving you a hard time. Yes, he does. He does. Hello, hey. Goobers a whole I'm solid. I just don't like clickbait BS. I mean, I don't think you watch the videos. That's the problem. I think you look at the titles, which, trust me, I get it. People just clickbait out there like crazy. But it's all right. It's all right, And depending on your like definition of clickbait, makes all the difference. But to me, clickbait is like seeing a title that, for an example, AMC to 10,000 next week, or SEC just did this, or Fidelity just did this, but there's nothing about the title or the thumbnail in the video. Like, sometimes my thumbnails, like, I don't know, it's hard for me, at least, to like put a thumbnail that's not, I mean, it's just tough. But it's not out of clickbait. Like, man, watch the videos next time, brother. I always give you a clear shot what I'm thinking. Some people, man, I think the division hurts more than anything. So at least $25K per share. Diamond hands next week on forward. There we go. Andrew C. eats crayons. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew C. eats crayons. I eat crayons too, brother. Don't worry. Issue another bond. 1K to 10K XRP price is possible. XRP. I would have to look more into XRP for sure. A lot of people have talked about it though. Adam Aaron issue another bond. I believe they should be able to. Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. I'm not exactly sure on the specifics, but I'm sure they could. They just don't need to. You know, they simply don't need to raise any more money, unless it's to pay off debt or something, which is like a bad kind of a bad in a bag because you're, you know, well, a bond I guess not, but issuing shares. I believe they can issue 20% of the float every year without authorization. I believe. Might be wrong in that. Maybe you guys want to double check that, but I believe that is what they can do. Another bond would hurt us again. Yeah, share offering would hurt us more. I mean, a bond is just basically you get money, but you have to pay us back said interest amount per year, basically. Issuing shares would hurt us the most because that's giving more supply to the markets. And also, I mean, it's like a bad and a good, right? Because if AMC had issued those 25 million more shares when the price of the stock was up higher, it probably would be a good thing looking back now because it was only 25 million shares. It really doesn't move the needle. AMC would have an extra over $1 billion. So it also helps to like prop up the longer term valuation in a sense. I really didn't have too much of a stance on that whole thing because I mean, I can't do anything if people are, you know, not wanting shares issued or wanting them issued. But right now it doesn't make sense to issue shares when you're already at the low. But that's my opinion. Tomorrow is AMC Day. Everyone in this chat, when you wake up tomorrow, tell your friends, dogs, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandmas, everyone to buy AMC and hold. Oh, I do. Driving on with the AMC stock sign in your car. They use tricks. It's time we use our own tricks. I actually wanted to get a big, decoy, like sticker on a side of my car. That'd be nice. They could transform the bonds to shares again. Oh, true. Yeah. I didn't think about that. That is true. I mean, we're showing a lot of support around 20. So if we do, like, for whatever reason, break under it, where's the next real levels? That's 20. I mean, you do have to go back to June, but yeah, like 1850 would have had marked for a while. And I don't know why it's not marked right now, but like 1850 would be the level to be watching. Then I think it's going to be really hard to push it under that. I mean, if people really aren't selling either, like some people obviously would if they have margin or whatever else. I'm not ignorant to that sense, but you know, it seems like the fundamental valuation should hold it up under 20. So I think most of the pain has already been realized, to be honest. $17 gap fill. Yeah, I mean, you could say that, I guess, but I see it. I see the bigger, basically back and forth action around 1850. You know, the low on the day, almost the open on this day back here. But I mean, if you're really talking about a gap fill, you'd say it'd be around 1650. Would be like a total gap fill. Just straight down from 20 to 1650. That's where I would put the gap fill level. Not, I mean, 17s. Yeah, I guess it's the bottom of this wick, but that bottom of the wick probably is not going to hold us up. That's really where you'd get the gap fill, in my opinion, to 1650. But you're going to see the markets turn so bloody. If we go down to 1650, you guys better have hedges for the downside in other stocks too. Or, this is a good time to learn some options. Right before when they could actually come in handy. Yeah, I think fundamentals put us at 20 easy. Same here. I mean, a lot of people, I've never heard anybody talk about the efficiency of the business, and I wish people would, because it's clear. And I don't know why other creators don't talk about it, because the fundamentals aren't sexy, okay? But it's your worst case scenario, so it should be appealing somewhat to learn about. With the efficiency being over 30% more efficient. I mean, that's a lot right there. That's going to bring their profit margins up dramatically. So what's up, Tyler? What's up, Jesse? Just see the dips as a nice little discount. Oh, yeah. That's what I do. I mean, we do keep dipping. But I think, buying the stock right here, especially if you're down, like I'm personally down on my share positions, it could really help to bring down your average, which is going to help a lot more once we do start to bounce. But, I mean, if AMC keeps going down, the markets are just going to be really bloody. Like, just really bloody. And yields aren't really doing too much. That's the crazy thing. The markets fell today, and the yields really didn't do all too much. So if you guys don't know, 10-year Treasury bond going up should mean the markets go down. In a normal functioning market, when bonds go up, that means, or bond yields go up, that means stocks should go down, but not happening. Because bonds get more attractive. If you could get a 3%, say a 3% yield on a US Treasury bond, why the fuck would you buy a 3% dividend stock? Why would you buy an unproven high growth stock if you could get 3% by the US government risk-free? Think about it like that. So higher these rates go, the less support there is for your riskier stocks. And even your dividend stocks. Once this gets to higher prices, like let's look at the all-time on this. Used to be way higher. Back in the high inflation days, this yielded 15%. Come on. Why the fuck would you own a tech stock if you can get a safe 15%? Crazy. So, but it's kind of weird how it's not correlating, or even 3% like in 2018. This was like when shit was hitting the fan on the chart I showed you guys in the other video. The markets were hitting the fan right here. Shit was going crazy because the yields went up to 3.10%. Why the fuck would you invest in stocks when you can get 3% on a bond? So who knows? I'm watching for that correlation though, for sure. You're right. So when rates rise, what do you think is going to happen? When rates rise, just depending why they rise. I mean, I guess that's not the biggest issue, but is there an underlying thing that is making them rise, and how long is that going to last? That all plays into it. But when they do rise, stocks can still do well if earnings are good, the outlook for the economy is good. Back in 2018, it wasn't so much like that. Right? The Fed was doing runoff, running off their balance sheet. Assets were going down. Interest rates were going up. The economy was slowing down. So it was a little bit different. We've seen a 20% correction basically damn near overnight within like 3 months. I believe 3-4 months. But yeah, when the rates go up, you're definitely going to see some pain, at least in the short term. And it's all about the velocity too. Like this whole rate increase, like the market was doing fine this whole time, was doing fine, right? But it wasn't like shooting straight up too dramatically a couple times, but this is like almost vertical from 1.5% to 1.8%. So just a lot of different things, but usually it'll stocks will come down. Mike Bark, good question. Some people are saying they're hiding short interest in the January monthlies. Yeah, I want to see what short interest shoots to after next week. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I've been saying that for months. That they're just hiding the short interest in the option chain. I mean, because, like, who the fuck is buying 50-cent puts? Are you fucking serious right now? Like, who's doing that? or even the call side. Like, who's doing that? Like 145s? I haven't heard anybody say they have the 145s. At least have held them this whole time. I don't know. So, yeah, I think it's definitely going to be interesting. I think we're just going to see more option activity further down the line. I'm still in Prague. I'm still holding Prague. Clap. Really? You guys are holding Prague? Interesting. Oh, that's the options. Down 10% today. Oh, yeah, I was looking at this the other day. That was a 1,000% move from 65 cents to $6.20. Yeah, any companies that have no P, abandoned ship, no real buyers for them type of companies. Yeah, I mean, price to earnings is base, your profitability and all that. That's important, but I think price to sales is, I mean, a little bit more important, but yeah, you're not going to see major inflows unless the business is really doing well. Even if they're unprofitable, you could still see the stock do well because they're growing fast. But yeah, if they're like mediocre or like there's an uncertainty of their growth rate and they have no P, they're unprofitable. Yeah, no, that's a tough one. Especially if they're not even making sales. Yeah, like penny stocks. You just have to stay away from them in these kind of times, or just do what I do. If there's a 20-cent penny stock or something, like, feel free to buy 100 shares for $20. Like, what's it gonna hurt you? Would that be $20? I think it'd be $20. 100 shares at 20 cents, because I own Microvision at 28 cents. The worst thing I ever did, like, in that sense, was sell it for 35 cents. I should have just bought 100 shares and held it. I had like 400 shares, so it would have been $100, $120 into over 10,000, which is a nice ass 10,000% return. But I just never held it. So gambles like that, like, to be fair, the only stock that I do that with is Mind Medicine. I just bought 100 shares for like $100. Hey, if it does its thing in a couple years, then cool, make a lot of money. If it doesn't, I'll lose $100. It's like a long-term option. That's the best way to look at that. But that's a good, strategy on a very short term, like maybe 1% of your portfolio, to buy some of those stocks on their pretty much lows, like of yearly lows. Nasdaq futures, yeah, everything's kind of chilling, but Nasdaq futures down about 0.3%. It takes much money have apes used to buy the 145 options last year? How many have paid off for us giving all the money that wants to use against us? Howdy, everybody. Howdy, brother. 450 shares at $54. Demoralizing as hell. Ooh. I mean, what you could do is sell covered calls and act as the market maker, but just got to be careful that you don't get caught up, but that could give you some capital back. I wouldn't really do it right now. I would wait until you see a bounce, but you know, politicians can sell and buy stocks like the rest of us retail investors. Yeah, kind of interesting. Why are they allowed to do that? But yeah, so average down retaliation, yeah. Yeah, that's probably what I would do if you have the money too. I mean, your average downs right now are going to make a big impact since it's so far off. You're down, what, like 65%? You're going to make a big impact with a less amount of money to your average. A lot of Prague fans in here today. There we go. But Eric, Jeff, I don't have brackets, really. I have my prices I think it'll go to, and I would just sell a couple shares and get my initial investment back. But I really don't have like like brackets per se. I think that's really pointless because you never know where it's gonna go. Well, all right. That's gonna wrap up the nightly stream, ladies and gentlemen. That was an hour. So I appreciate you guys for joining. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope AMC makes us all attendees tomorrow. It's not looking all too bad. It's not looking too great at the same time. We're kind of chilling in there like swimwear. But I do appreciate you guys for hopping in, chopping it up with me real quick. Yeah. So thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for